policies associated with the money? How will we manage it? What are the procedures? What type of outreach will we deliver in terms of communications to the community? How are we going to administer it? We're going to have to set up a grant reporting process. And that's a lot of work to get up and done within a very short period of time. Right now I'm doing a lot of it and relying on some of my staff at the city because we have to get moving on it. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm here today is starting with the outreach and in hoping that you'll spread the word too. I mean, it's really important that everybody find out about it. This is the timeline that we have set up in regard to some of the details associated with the program, but and this is more associated with the administration of the program. But from your perspective, what you should be doing is looking at our website, which is 49thStateAngelFund.com, and go out there and check it out, and you'll find some of the state or the Department of Treasury overarching guidelines. I've placed some summary documents out there of the program, and soon we'll have better timelines in regard to applicants. And so from an applicant's perspective, what you should be looking for would be the application period opening sometime in the month of May. And then what we'll be doing is May, June, and July is we'll be working with applicants to help them strengthen their application or help them ensure that they're meeting the criteria associated with the allocation. And then we'll close at the period in the month of August. Then what we will be doing internally is going through and making sure the basic requirements have been met. So we'll do an initial screen, and then after that screen, the business plan and a presentation will be forwarded to the investment advisory group, and then that group will get together, and then you will be given an opportunity to do a presentation for 15 minutes, and then there will be 15 minutes of questioning. They'll score it, as I'd indicated earlier, and then make recommendations for funding. Now, if you, for some reason, are not selected in that first round, we will have another application deadline. We are anticipating quarterly deadlines, and so you have the opportunity to apply again. So just because you apply and you don't make it the first time, you can apply and go through the process again. So we're trying to make it as open and as transparent as we can, and to get the funds out as quickly as we can into our community so that we can meet the goals of our program. So I went through it fast. I know I missed my timeline here. I should have been done earlier, but I'm going to open it up for questions unless whoever the program person is says we're behind schedule.
I just have one quick question. Is the money going to be grants, loans, or combination?
It's going to be a combination, and actually none of it is a grant. Okay. So if we're investing directly in a small business, most likely those deals will be structured somewhat as loans. Okay. If we're investing in a fund-to-fund, like an angel fund, well, those investments will be equity. And so each organization that we invest in, we will have a separate legal contract with that organization that will define the terms of the deal.
On that advisory board, you said bankers. That kind of concerns me a little because they're risk averse. Are you going to have entrepreneurs and others that have done businesses, have grown businesses to really pick the businesses that can achieve a 10-to-1?
Well, thank you for pointing that out. It isn't just bankers that will be on the board, right?
I love bankers. Don't get me wrong, I love bankers, but.
No, we have actually, the mayor and I have sat down and we've identified some of the different types of professions we would like on the board. Bankers, 2 or 3 of the individuals were bankers, but we are also looking for a nonprofit leader because nonprofits are eligible for this funding. And so, you know, that's really, really good news for them. Also, successful entrepreneurs. Yes, good point. Thank you.
Is there a specific industry or profession, I guess, that you're looking for to grow? Like, is there, are they trying to grow agriculture industry? Are they trying to grow local? Like, is there something they're targeting?
There is not. And we had talked about it, and the mayor decided he really did not want to limit the scope to any specific industry. He wanted everyone to have a completely wide open chance.
Okay, so is that gonna maybe take longer in the approval process?
No, no.
You guys know what you're looking for?
We're looking for good business opportunities, and we're looking to grow our economy, have folks like you adding jobs. That's really what we're looking for. And it doesn't matter the industry because you're the creative ones. We want you to bring those ideas to us. Mhm.
What,
Oh, sorry.
What kind of penalties are there going to be for an awardee who doesn't meet the 10-to-1 match within 5 years?
We have not defined that yet. As a matter of fact, what we'll be doing is I'll be attending a conference soon where we will learn from other states who've had the program in place for a while to see how they've managed those situations. Mhm. Yes?
I noticed up there were village corporations, so are we, ASRC, NANA, all of those corporations eligible for that as
Yes,
well?
yes. And one of the things that we had identified were, they have to meet the small business criteria, meaning they have to have less than the 750 employees and the cap level has to be low. But there is a recognition that some of the village corporations located in Anchorage, they may reach a certain level of growth and then they can't grow anymore because they're limited with their capital. And so if there's an infusion in capital and they can show that that will enable growth, then they would be eligible. It's more like a mid-stage angel financing.
Okay, that's been something I bump up against every time is that you're little tiny and in comparison, you're talking 2 people versus 498.
Yeah, but we have to remember it is the SBA definition in terms of the criteria for the program, and we can't control that. That was defined to us. So.
Just helps to know who you're up against.
Any other questions for Lucinda? Lucinda, thank you so much for coming and taking